One of the major differences between university and school was suddenly you had so much responsibility for your own learning. You know, I do law, so my class is over 200 people, and obviously the lecturer wouldn't notice if you didn't come to the lecture. No one was checking if you did the reading, so it's really up to you to keep up to date with the work.
It would have been quite nice at the beginning, I think, for someone to have just said, you might want to kind of get to grips with the whole library system and try and log in a little bit more often, and because it's very daunting, and I think that many people get scared at the beginning because it's this new scary big place, and it's nothing to be intimidated by at all. There's so many like other students that would be willing to help, and staff members that are employed obviously to help you out and to guide you around.
A British university tends to be fairly hands-off, is not necessarily checking in on you repeatedly to see how you're doing and if you need help. So even if you're not really sure what exactly you need help with or still where to go for help, get help early, ask someone, because there may be resources available that you don't even know about.
Even though you have a lot of responsibility for your own learning, there still is the support structure. So in my subject in law, you'd have your weekly tutorials or fortnightly tutorials in each subject, and the tutor there was either a lecturer or a postgrad student. And that would provide some structure, helping you to focus your attention on the reading and on different problems. And also, if you ever had any more serious issues, you could raise them with your director of studies.
If you need another source of advice, especially if it's practical advice not related to your course, one of your best options is the Advice Place, which is run by the Student Union. They have an office at Potter Row in the Central Campus and also one at King's Buildings.
What shocked me at first at university was just going into the bank, looking at my balance and be like, wow, there's so much money, so much I could do with it, so much to spend, so much shopping to do. But of course, you need to be careful not to do that and not splash it all in Freshers' Week.
Really, all you need to do is just be sensible. Don't go out every day of the week for the first week of a month and then wonder why in the last week of the month you're kind of wondering whether you really can afford that third meal in the day. It's easy to get a sort of a supporting job for your university career, and most of them are around the city are really, really student friendly. I've never known anybody who's been asked to work more than 15 hours, which is about what the uni recommends for sort of if you've got a part-time job.
The best piece of advice that I could probably give to new students is actually if you want to get a Saturday job or a part-time job, is actually to do it from the very beginning, because that's when you have most free time on your hands, and you can then start kind of scheduling your work time around your playtime essentially.
Yeah, at first it was quite daunting, wondering how you would make friends and things, but you just do naturally, whether it be in lectures or tutorials or other extracurricular stuff. I joined a lot of music things.
In Freshers' Week, you've got various things going on, such as you've got the academic fairs, where you can sort of choose your outside courses and you meet your director of studies for the first time. But that's really about the most serious it gets. Beyond that, they're all sort of fun events. You'll get to know the student unions really well.
It was a really sociable week, but not really representative of the rest of your time at university, I don't think, because it was, out all the time, forever talking to people, new numbers, new people, new faces. But there's also lots of great alternative things to do during the day, such as coffee crawls as opposed to the pub crawls, and through that I've actually found some amazing little coffee shops and just other interesting tours and touristy stuff you might not ever do again after Freshers' Week.
You'll also have the Societies Fair at the Pleasance. That's a brilliant thing. I would say to any student, go there and join as many societies as you've even got the slightest interest in.
Within your subjects, there'll probably be a great social life. Obviously, you'll have all your work to do and things, so that can just take over and become all your life, but it's so nice to meet different people with different interests and, of course, pursue your own hobbies or interests, or maybe even take up a new one.
If I could give one piece of advice to new students, I would say get involved. Get involved from the start. Get involved in as many different ways as you possibly can, because you never know what's actually right for you. You can get involved through putting your hand up as a class rep, for example, and trying to feed into the teaching of your course and trying to improve it, working with the lecturers to make your course even better than it already is. You can get involved through being part of the council, changing the way that we do things as a student body, and making your mark on the university, leaving a bit of a legacy. You could also get involved through societies. Societies are an amazing way to, as you said, meet people and learn new skills. It also looks fantastic on your CV.